So, you want to build some serious muscle? Well, it's not about secret tricks or some magic workout. It's about having a smart system. Today, we're going to break down the complete 6-part blueprint that really separates those frustrating plateaus from real massive gains. Let's get right into the stuff that actually works. Does this feel a little too familiar? You're putting in the hours, you're sweating, you're pushing yourself to the absolute limit, but when you look in the mirror, the progress you've earned just isn't there. It's that incredibly frustrating plateau, and trust me, it's a wall that pretty much every single person who lifts hits at some point. Look, the solution isn't some magic pill or one secret exercise that nobody knows about. Real, lasting gains come from a complete system, a blueprint, really, where every single piece of the puzzle works together. And that's exactly what we're going to walk through right now. And here it is, the 6 foundational pillars of growth. We're going to kick things off with how you train and what you eat. Then we'll dive into the mental side of things and the absolutely critical role of recovery. After that, we'll cover smart fueling, and finally we'll talk about the one superpower that makes it all click: consistency.
First up, Pillar 1, train smarter, not longer. This is a total game changer, you guys. It's about throwing out that old idea that more time in the gym automatically means more muscle. The real key? It's all about the quality and intensity of the work you're putting in.
So how do we actually train smart? Well, for starters, you've got to build your workouts around the big compound lifts. We're talking squats, deadlifts, and bench presses. They give you the most bang for your buck because they hit multiple muscle groups at once. From there, it's all about 2 things: constantly challenging your body with progressive overload and prioritizing perfect form. Because trust me, one clean, controlled rep is worth way more than 10 sloppy ones. Your goal should be 45 to 75 minutes of intense, focused work, not just wandering around the gym for hours. Okay, this right here is the absolute core principle of getting stronger: progressive overload. Your body is an incredible adaptation machine. It's not going to grow unless you give it a reason to. You have to consistently increase the challenge. And this is exactly why tracking your workouts, logging your weights and reps in a notebook or an app, is completely non-negotiable. You can't progressively overload what you don't measure. Simple as that.
All right, let's move to our second pillar: eat for massive growth. The analogy here is just perfect. You simply cannot build a house without any bricks. And in the exact same way, you can't build muscle tissue out of thin air. Your nutrition is the raw material for all your gains.
So, let's break down your fuel. Think of protein as the literal bricks for building that muscle. Carbohydrates? That's the energy for the construction crew. They fuel your intense workouts. And healthy fats? Well, they're essential for regulating the hormones that give the build signal in the first place. You need all 3, no question.
If there's just one number you remember from this whole nutrition section, please let it be this one. Aim for about 1 gram of protein per pound of your target body weight every single day. This isn't just a suggestion, it's the baseline to make sure your muscles have that constant stream of amino acids they need to recover and grow stronger after every workout.
And here's the dead simple math of gaining mass. If you want to build something new, you need extra materials. That means you have to be in a slight caloric surplus, eating just a little bit more energy than you burn. Without that surplus, your body just doesn't have the resources it needs to build new muscle.
Okay, on to pillar 3, and this one is all about the mental game. Master the mind-muscle link. This is where we shift our focus from just, mindlessly moving a weight from point A to point B to consciously controlling it and feeling the target muscle work through every single inch of the movement.
This is the huge difference between just moving weight and actually building muscle. On one side, you have ego lifting, using momentum and sloppy form just to move the heaviest weight possible. On the other side, you have mindful control, deliberately squeezing the target muscle through a slow, controlled motion. Before you even lift the weight, visualize that muscle contracting. Feel it stretch, and then feel it squeeze. That second approach, that's where real growth is triggered.
Now for a pillar that is so often ignored: recovery. Here's a huge mental shift you need to make right now. You do not build muscle in the gym, you break it down. The gym is just the stimulus. The actual repair and growth, that happens when you're rested.
The muscle growth cycle is actually beautiful in how simple it is. First, you train and you create tiny microscopic damage in your muscle fibers. Second, you rest and recover, giving your body the nutrients and time it needs to repair that damage. And third, your body adapts by rebuilding those fibers bigger and stronger so it can handle that same stress even better next time.
Your #1 recovery tool is sleep, and it's not even close. If you're consistently getting less than 7 hours a night, you are actively sabotaging your own gains. That 7 to 9 hour window is totally non-negotiable. It's when your body releases growth hormone and does the real heavy lifting of muscle repair. All right, let's move to Pillar 5, fuel and supplement wisely. Now, this isn't about magic powders, but it is about giving your body a strategic edge by supporting your training and your nutrition with some really smart choices. Now, while whole food is always king, a couple of supplements have really stood the test of time. Whey protein is just a simple, super convenient tool to help you hit that daily protein goal. And creatine monohydrate is one of the most researched substances on the planet for safely boosting strength and power. But you can never forget the golden rule. Supplements are just that. They support a solid diet. They can never, ever replace it.
And now we've arrived at our final pillar, the one that makes everything else work. Consistency is your superpower. This is the ultimate secret. It's the glue that holds this entire blueprint together.
This is what consistency looks like in action. You're not going to see crazy results overnight. In the first few weeks, you're just laying the foundation. By about month 3, you'll start to see and feel some visible progress. But it's really at that 6-month mark and beyond where all that consistent effort compounds into truly transformative change. It's all about stacking those small, daily wins over and over again.
So, to wrap this all up, the real takeaway is this. You can't just pick and choose. You can't train perfectly but then neglect your diet. You can't eat perfectly but then skip on sleep. The magic happens when you combine all 6 of these pillars into one relentless integrated system.
It really just comes down to the cumulative effect of all those small things. Every single rep, every meal, and every night of sleep. It all adds up. You just got to keep pushing, and your body will transform.
So, we've laid out the entire blueprint for you. The principles are crystal clear, the steps are actionable, and the path is set. The only question left is the one you see on the screen. You have the blueprint. So, are you ready to build,